morning. It is Sunday morning and it is currently 5:44. I'm headed out to do a long ride today. It looks like it rained this morning or overnight. Didn't think that was going to happen. Chose today because there was no rain, but hopefully the weather holds. It's not too wet out. Got 3 hours on the bike, followed up by a 30-minute run. So this week has been my peak week for Ironman 70.3 La Quinta training. Well, I have made it to the river trail. This week is going to be peak week, pretty much, for Ironman 70.3 La Quinta. Next week being Thanksgiving. I'm going to be doing some traveling with the family. We are going up to a mountain town here in Southern California called Idyllwild. So, all in all, this week I will probably get close to 18 hours of training, which is the most I've gotten probably since coming back to Ironman training. There is a 10K turkey trot happening on the trail, so we normally park here at the train station, and around 7:50 they will be having a race, which is about the time we'll be coming back through here after we go to the beach. This morning is a fairly easy ride, nothing too hard. I'll do a few race pace pickups, maybe some 10-minute segments in the second hour.
There's something in the water. I feel it taking over me. It's slowly getting harder to breathe, to breathe, to breathe. And I don't know what's happening. How did it come to this? I saw danger on your lips, and I took a sip. You got me paranoid, the fit I can't afford it. Your kiss tastes like poison. My heart has been destroyed, and I know that you'll enjoy it. Watching me sip your poison. You got me paranoid, the fit I can't afford it. Your kiss tastes like poison. My heart has been destroyed, and I know that you'll enjoy it.
All right, well, that was 2 hours and 41 minutes. Unfortunately, I had a flat tire. Lost a bunch of time messing with these Reynolds rims. The tire was cold, so it was very, very hard to get on and off, but I did get it on and off eventually and got back on the road. Now, going to hit a 30-minute run. It is really windy here today. It was the last 30-40 minutes was right into the wind, which definitely made it difficult, but you know, I never really complain about wind. I never really worry about it because a lot of the races, like La Quinta, which is coming up, tend to have wind, so it's good training.
I was walking by the ocean, feeling all emotion. When she came right up next to me, I got caught up in the moment. Felt like we were frozen, like it was literally meant to be. Time stood still right there. Time stood still right there. We rode the sun, we became one.
Whew, it warmed up. Actually, it's not really that warm. It's 70 degrees, but it feels hot. Good little 30-minute run off the bike, 8:31 pace. Took it out easy for the first about 14 minutes, and then on the way back, did some pickups, tried to get it up near what I would hope I could do for the race, some 7:15, 7:30. And I've got to say, in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I feel like I've made a lot of progress on my run. I don't know why, I don't know what's changed. Obviously, I'm lighter, definitely lighter, but I've also increased my volume since taking over my training programming and running 5 days a week, not all. I'm hitting the track sessions, hitting the long run sessions, and then getting in another 3 runs that are easy runs. So I don't know if the volume, the weight, all of it is just clicking. It's starting to feel like it's coming back. Good morning, Maple. Is it a lazy Sunday? Yeah. Chilling? Yeah. Mom looks very, very serious. Look at how beautiful that kitchen looks.
I know. You're welcome.
I'm sure the two of you just like have been cleaning all morning, huh? Yeah, you got no. You couldn't say.
It wasn't. It was her.
You can't just joke around, Evelyn.
No, I'm not going for a trail run. These ultras are retired. They no longer see the trails. They only see yard work. I am going to trim up the fruit trees this afternoon before we go into what would be our cold season in California, which is really the end of December, January, February. The avocado, the peach, the apple, fig, trim up a bunch of the branches that now hang way too low. Changed plans and starting with the back of the garden first and working our way forward, cutting down all of the old tomatoes. Then we'll move forward towards the trees. I think we are done with this for today. Gonna get the rest of the barrels out, get the rest of the trash from the house out, then gonna make some pies. We're gonna do a little early cooking because we are leaving on Tuesday. So we're gonna do as much of the prep as we can here early. Cooking some pumpkin pie. I think we're gonna do an apple pie. And while she runs to the store, I think I'm gonna try and get a nap. I'm gonna get another shower and maybe a power nap. Maple has a play date that stopped by. Hello, Finnegan. Hello, Finny.
You have a week off, you're in for like a little bit, and then you have to go
Oh, I hear ya. I hear ya. Recording.
It's a little tough, right? Chris, here you go. You can open the jam.
That's all. Tipsy.
Is it a little flimsy?
Flimsy.
You
Okay.
get jam.
Jam.
Number 1 is big. 25 is so cute.
Nectarine,
Whoa,
peach,
that is
lemon.
Mom, they're giant.
Special. Something
Mom, the chocolate are giant.
Oh, those are really big chocolates.
Well, others are really small. And you should like. Are you barking at the bubble or the neighbors? Bark off.
That's a really long one.
Oh, that was cool. I bet that was cool.
All right, well, the day is winding down. We are about to start knocking out the pies for this evening, but I had asked about questions, so I want to knock those questions out. Thank you to all of you who submitted them, but I also want to thank a bunch of you who jumped on to I Will Mindset and immediately started supporting my effort with some purchases of some gear, some hats. This is one of the new hats, I Will, and mugs. A bunch of you bought mugs, so thank you so much. Just want to give out shout out to Michael, Robert, Aaron, Andrew, Lisa, Jeff. There's some others, but just all of you. Thank you for jumping on there, and it's really exciting to hear from a bunch of you that the I Will mindset is really resonating and that you're finding motivation out of it and inspiration out of it. And I hope we can really take this a long way and I can continue to grow it and speak to you in a way that helps you along your way to accomplishing your goals. But now it is time to get serious. We've got some good questions. We've got some funny questions, as always. Thank you for those of you who leave me some funny questions. But the first one is, what is your favorite training session? And I will have to say track workouts. I love track workouts. I love running hard. I love feeling like I'm going fast. So track workouts are definitely my favorite. Next question, do I ever train fasted? And the answer is very rarely. Most of the time I don't train fasted. I typically always get up. I have some coffee. I typically always have my bread, peanut butter, and honey. I just don't train fasted very much. I know there's benefits and people like to do that, but it's just not something that I enjoy doing. I like eating something before I start out working out. So thank you, Jan, for those questions. Tony, my co-host from the Orange County Endurance Podcast, asks, wife needs more camera time. This is more of a statement. Wife needs more camera time. I love her humor. Why do you hold back her shine? Hold back her shine. That is hilarious. She does seem to always bring the zingers whenever I put the camera on her, but she doesn't really enjoy being on the camera. I think that is more of a defense mechanism when I put the camera on her. If she zings me, she probably figures I will take the camera off of her. Next question about my bike. When I bought my Canyon, I have the Speedmax 7, CF7. Did I use the sizing chart on their website? No, I did not. When I originally looked at it and I put in my height, I'm 6 foot tall and my inseam is about 32, it said I should ride a medium bike. But I had gone and did a pre-bike fit, which my inseam is short for my height, but my torso is long. So I needed a bike with a longer reach. So instead, I went with a large, not a medium, which the bike is bigger, meaning my saddle is dropped pretty close down to the bottom, at least as low as I can go to get the back hydration bracket on. It pretty much sits right at the bottom. Then going up to large, the larger geometry gave me a more extended reach. I didn't have to do as much modification to the front bars. Next question from Cal. I started my triathlon journey. I'm finding it hard to lose weight. How do you manage? And I will tell you, it is a battle, especially if you are training hard, to find that amount of calories you can eat and still perform and lose weight. So it took me a while to dial that in and not being super strict, because if you're too strict, you're gonna be in too much of a deficit and your body's not gonna lose weight. And I definitely, if I am too low, my body doesn't lose weight, my workouts suffer. So I had to go up. I used the ProPhysique calculator, actually. If you go to prophysique.com, they have a calculator in there. You can manipulate the numbers and give you an idea. And then I worked with Christina from ProPhysique to design my plan, essentially, my macronutrients, how much should I be having, which ended up being 2,800 calories. And when I hit that every day for a month, I went from 199 to 184. So it works. You've just got to dial it in, and it might take some time. And it's easy to get frustrated where you say, okay, I'm gonna eat 2,200 calories, and you do that for 3 or 4 days and you don't see any change. Well, it might take a little longer than that, and I would be a little less aggressive, because it would be better not to lose weight or to even gain a little bit of weight. So you know, okay, now I need to cut back, but it might take a little bit of dialing in. So don't get frustrated, stay at it, stay committed, and do it scientifically. Track everything you're eating. Know exactly how many calories you're eating, and try and eat that for at least a week and see what kind of results you get. Then from there, then make an adjustment, either up or down, depending on what's happening. Question in regards to sore Achilles. Any tips? Well, one, I would get in, if you can, to a chiropractor or an ART, an active release technique, ART certified person, someone that can do myofascia release. Get that massaged, worked on, maybe some physio, which is a sound wave tool to break down the scar tissue, as well as some laser treatment. Really, they've got to work on it, but stretching it isn't the best thing to do, and it's gonna take some time. You're gonna have to back off, but ultimately you are gonna want to stretch that out once it starts to heal, but I would try and get in and see a specialist. I have had the best luck with someone that does ART. Question from Sean O'Brien. When are you making the step up to full Ironman? And I addressed this one in a couple of videos again. I'm not going back to doing full Ironman anytime soon. I've done 4, and with my kids and their schedules and my work schedule and just family life and everything, I don't have the time to commit to the training that I would want to do. I'm doing 16 to 18 hours now to try and achieve what I want to achieve at 70.3. I don't have the time, primarily on the weekends, to do long bike rides. I do maybe 3 hours, 3.5. That's my max bike ride. I don't have time to do 6-hour bike rides with all of the sports and everything. So I don't see a full distance Ironman in my future for quite a while, until my girls are much older and I'm not held to being on sports fields and volleyball fields and robotics tournaments every single weekend. I see myself going back to doing ultra running probably before that. After I accomplish the Boston Marathon goal, I would like to go back and hit 200 miles in an ultra. So there will be some more ultras in my future, and I am sure an Ironman or a full distance Ironman will come back around. Just, it's not happening in the next few years. Question from Sal. He always has good questions. He asked about Thin Mints last time, but this one is a little more serious. He asked, how much time elapses from when you eat your pre-workout meal until you start the grind? And for me, I start swimming, we'll say swimming as an example. I start swimming at around 5:45. So I'm trying to eat between 5 and 5:15. So 30 minutes is about all I get between when I eat and when I start. And that's probably the average of what I get. Even if I'm hopping on the bike or heading out, about 30 minutes is all I give myself. I eat it pretty much before I start traveling, packing, getting ready to leave. So 30 minutes, that's it. And the last question, which is from Wiggles2808. It is, how will you determine what pace you can hold in the run at La Quinta? That's a tough one. I have a target pace in my mind that I would love to hit, but I also have a realistic idea of what I have done since coming back from being hurt. I have not run faster than 8:15 since coming back from surgery. So I really want to go faster than 8:15. That would be a success. I want to go fast enough to break 5 hours. So what that will be, I'm not sure until I get off the bike what kind of day I've had. But ultimately, I will come off the bike and I will be a little conservative. I do not want to go out so hard that I fall way off in the second half of the run, which I have done at every single La Quinta race I have done. The first time I did it, came off, ran 7:30s, the first loop, and then kind of plummeted down to like 8:30s, the second loop, and went across the finish line at 5:07. I missed it by 7 minutes. Then last year I had a horrible race because I was injured. It was the very last race I did before having surgery, and I walked the second half. So I am really, really hoping, just based on how training has been going over the last few weeks, that I can go a 7:30, 7:45, and it's really gonna be going by feel and how much am I willing to hurt? How deep can I go in that pain cave? How much can I suffer on that day? Because I know I can run 7:15 or 7:30 if I am willing to suffer through it and just hurt. That's what it comes down to. How much are you willing to hurt on the run in order to run fast? And there's days where mentally I don't have it. And I'm really hoping with a proper taper over the next 2 weeks that I go into that run with legs that are well rested and that I can go for a 7:30. I would be really happy with a 7:30. Ultimately, I just would be really happy breaking 5 hours. That is the goal. I will break 5 hours at La Quinta. But that's it for the questions for this week. I do have some more. We'll do those in the next video, but I'm gonna get in. We're gonna knock out these pies before it gets too late because I wanna go to bed on the fairly early side. I like to get in bed by 8:45. But last but not least, thank you so much. I am so grateful for all of the views, the comments, the thumbs up, the messages on social media, everything. Those of you who have embraced the I will mindset and supported it right off the bat. I just can't thank you all enough. I can't thank all of you enough for just continuing to inspire me to be creative, to push my limits. I love it. So if you're enjoying the videos, I greatly appreciate those thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, that subscribe button would be amazing. And until next time, I hope all of your training goes well. And all of you that are celebrating Thanksgiving, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see you after next weekend.
Packed some bags and we headed west. Thought that it might be the best thing for us. I was thinking about me and all the things that you leave behind. Family and a peace of mind. And I got you. I am gonna love you till the stars go out. Shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got light, we got love. We ain't got light, we got love. Feathers in the heavy rain, two of us together can weather any change that comes our way. Nothing here really feels like home. Home is who you're with when you don't feel alone.